Hear thee. Chicago criminals, make room for the illegal criminals. Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Conservative Poet. With me, your girl, Amania Saluste. So, friends, in today's conversation, we're going back to Chicago. We're going to have a little bit of chit chat in reference to our friends out there in Chicago. So, as you know, on this channel, I do cover a lot of Chicago. I cover a lot of the Black communities, and I cover a lot of what's going on with the border crisis and immigration situation, because I think it's critically important for us to get these borders fixed, and so we can have some sort of normalcy on our borders and also in our country. So sovereignty is key. So if your borders aren't secure, you have no country, and we can't have everybody come in because you just can't have everybody come in. And so again, this is speaking from somebody who came in, who was not born here in this country. So, and that's one of the reasons I advocate very, very strongly for border building the wall, border security, and all of that. So with all of that being said, I want to say to you guys that the residents of Chicago is facing some detrimental things. It seems that the boys and girls, the criminal boys and girls who go on crime sprees, and this is robbing people, carjackings, and those smash and grabs, or the driving crash. Oh, what do they call? I made a video recently. Drive and crash. Is that it? Crash and drag. Crash and drag. Crash and grab. So there's crash and grab, and then there's smash and grab. So the crash and grab is where you take the vehicle, you drive it into the facility, and then you load up your truck and you drive on. Smash and grab is where the car is still outside of the property. You break the doors down, and you go in and you pull everything out and you fill up the car and you move on. So two very different things. And so the criminals out there in Chicago, it appears, is having a little bit of a competition. And when you say, Amania, what do you mean they're having competition? Well, the criminals are having competition because it appears that the illegals are getting in on the action. Smash and grabs, hijackings, carjackings, you name it, they're in it. And so we're going to have a conversation about that today. And this is about the illegals stepping over the line and infiltrating or taking some business from the Chicagoan criminals. So now we got criminal versus criminal, illegal versus criminal. If you're interested in seeing that, then let's do this. Hello, fellow patriots. Thank you so much for your support. And again, you can do so by purchasing products from the Orlando Patriots, mugs, t-shirts, all of your patriotic gear. We are in an election year, so we need to show the world that we support our candidates, especially President Trump. So get some gear at theorlandopatriot.com and you'll get 30% off. Thank you for your support. It means the world to me. I'll see you there. So yes, friends, criminal versus criminal. And some might argue and say, well, these people are asylum seekers. Amania, you know that they're not criminals. You know that they're not, here to do all of that. Well, maybe the majority of them are not, but you can't say that people that come in are doing it are here to do the best intentions when it comes to the country. They're not all of them are not here to uplift the country. All of them are not here to put the country first. All of them are not here to, embrace their new home, because again, they're coming in, they're breaking the law coming in the first place. So right then and there, they're already breaking the laws. And so, and you says, well, they're just desperate and they want to get asylum, and they're trying to run away from persecution, political persecution. They're seeking amnesty and asylum. Well, that's not all of it, because again, majority of the folks that's coming, they're coming for opportunity, economic opportunity, not necessarily that they're escaping political persecution. Because in times before, when you say somebody is seeking asylum, that's what they're seeking. They're running away from their country, because their country, they cannot express their political views, right? They can't stand up on their political views, because they will be you know. So yeah, then you come to America because you're escaping that. We're a sanctuary for that. But that's not what we're seeing. That's not what we're having. Everybody and their mother, and they're literally everybody and their mother, is coming here because they want better opportunity. And hey, I'm not going to knock that, because hey, I've been given better opportunity coming here. So I get it. But we've got to draw the line somewhere. We can't have millions and millions and millions of people crossing illegally. And so once they get here, they have no work, they have no jobs, they have no documents, because I'm telling you, not having documents, it's a beast. They have nothing to do. And again, these are not just, women and children. These are grown, young age men, like young bucks, like young tough guys. That's who's coming. And so these guys have a lot of testosterone, they have a lot of energy, and they're hungry. And so what are you going to do when you're faced with such things? Yeah, you're going to figure out a way to survive. So, which hence the increase of crime. And which brings us to this story happening in Chicago of these migrants, these illegals committing crimes. So we're going to get into that right now. Okay, so here is our screen. Still working. This is a new system that I'm working in, so bear with me as I move along. So here is our story, and it says, string of retail theft burglaries by migrants plaguing Chicago's suburbs. What? So from October 23 to January 17th, just a few days ago, a total of 47 migrants were arrested in one area, Oak Brook, Illinois. Hell, this isn't even in Chicago. Oh God, this is in the suburbs. This is in the burbs. Okay, let's read here. A Chicago suburb has been battered by a string of recent crimes committed by migrants who live in or near the Windy City. Okay, so they're not in Chicago, they're very close by. From October 23 to January 17th, a total of 47 migrants were arrested in Oak Brook, Illinois, mostly for alleged property crimes, according to Brian Straucus, the chief of police for Oak Brook Police Department. Most of the migrants were arrested and were charged with retail theft and burglary. Retail theft, now retail theft, that is the black man's bread and butter in Chicago, because that's what they do. God, how many videos have I made on this channel, or we see around, that retail theft is up? I mean, they have organized retail theft, and that's their element. That is their wheelhouse. And now they're saying that the illegals are honing in on that nest egg of crime. They're honing in on that nest egg of crime. Again, taking work from the black criminal. They're taking work from the black criminal. All right, let's see it. So this is now black and brown crimes. Black and brown crimes. Black and brown. The Browns are getting in on the action. All right, let's continue. The latest incident involved an Ecuadorian migrant who resides in Chicago and is accused of stealing more than $3,000 worth of merchandise from retail stores and evading immigration and customs enforcement. The Iceman. This thing keeps jumping around. The Iceman supervision by cutting off his electronic monitoring device. So these people have cut off the device that the man put on them to keep track of them as they're waiting their day in I don't know, immigration court, I guess. I don't know. So they've cut that off, and now they've been like catched and released into the society, right? They've been catched and released into the Chicago society, as it per se here. So okay, so $3,000 worth of merchandise. Okay, here are some friends. Okay, so here goes some of our criminal friends who of 47, here they are. Wow. I mean, what can you say? This one looks really, really mean. This one looks kind of sweet. This one looks scary, actually. He looks kind of sweet. He looks lost. He looks devious. And he looks wrong place, wrong time. This one looks like. This one looks like John Legend. Anyway, here we are. A total of 47 were arrested. Oh my God. Okay, on January 13th, Oak Brook officers responded to a retail theft call from a local Macy's store. Upon arrival and after conducting an investigation into what took place, officers found that 32-year-old Jaime Ubaldo Abandio Andredi entered the store and put on a jacket with approximate value of $395 and left without paying for it. Okay. Following a search of Bando Andredi's vehicle, he has a vehicle, officers found approximately $3,000 worth of suspected stolen merchandise, as well as rolls of tinfoil, according to a press release from the office of DuPage County State Attorney Robert Berlin. Additionally, Berlin's office noted that officers located an ICE monitoring device that Obando Andredi had allegedly cut off, as well as a fake Washington driver's license that featured the defendant's photograph with a different name. Oh boy. Wow. It is very simple. If you steal in DuPage County, you will be apprehended, charged, and prosecuted. Okay, that's fine, but I'm going to just be devil's advocate here. So, as we know, in Chicago and a lot of these woke cities, what they're doing is they don't even arrest these people, because they're saying if you've got $1,000 less or something, then they're not going to bother looking into it. The police hardly ever comes out. But I find it interesting that the policeman actually followed our friend here, Obando Andredas. Forgive me, Obando. Forgive me, because it's a fail for me. That they actually followed him, and they searched his car, and they found his fake ID, and they found his all this merchandise, and they found his ankle bracelet thingy-majigum. So how y'all gonna be following the brown man and y'all don't even bother to come out for the black man? I'm not sure where I'm going with this just yet, but y'all following what I'm saying. I'm just trying to be devil's advocate here that they are they racist against the illegals and following them and apprehending them and so on when the Black Chicago criminal Brandon Johnson say you can't you can't touch them. You can't we're not doing nothing to them. But you gonna take in the illegal criminal? I'm just saying. All right, we're gonna continue here. Oh, is this our friend? Oh, he's okay. Our friend Albando Andrea, who first appeared in court on Sunday, has been charged with 1 count of burglary, a Class 2 felony, and 1 count of retail theft, a Class 3 felony. Earlier this week, it was announced that Judge Michael Burton had granted the state's motion to deny pretrial release for the defendant. Obando Andre is due back in court next month. Wait, they let him go? Oh, they don't just ship you back to Mexico? No, they don't do that. They don't do that, Amania. They don't do that. Okay, this was an excellent example of solid police work and looking beyond the initial incident. Straka said of the case involving Obando Andrade, these retail crimes involving migrant offenders are part of a bigger criminal enterprise, and we are working closely with our federal partners to thoroughly investigate these crimes. Again, I wish they would put the same energy to all criminals, not just these here illegals, but to the blacks as well, because guess what? The blacks have been doing it a whole lot longer than this here friend of ours. What's his name again? Obando. So, where are we? We're going to continue. Offering praise for those who apprehended Obando Andrade, Berlin vowed to continue efforts to protect Oak Brook businesses and said, contrary to popular belief, retail theft is not a victimless crime and has a far-reaching effect on the entire community. Now, I know that they are not in Chicago, but they're just down the road from Chicago, and I get that in Oakwood, whatever it is, that the police there are keeping an eye on these things. And so over there in Brandon Johnsonville, the blacks can run free and do whatever they want, crime, steal, kill, all that. They can do all that. So just kind of curious though, are they having this same problem with the black criminals in his area? And are they bringing them the same heat? I'm just saying. I'm just wondering. You bringing them the same heat? You're bringing our illegal friends the same heat as you're bringing the black criminals. I'm just saying. Okay, here's more. Okay, next one. It is very simple. If you steal in DuPage County, you will be apprehended, charged, and prosecuted, he added. The arrest of Obando Andrea comes after several other migrants have been accused of taking part in various crimes in Chicago suburb. Last October, 2 Venezuelans, 28-year-old Luis Menendez Gomez and 23-year-old Frank Montez Davila, were arrested after they allegedly stole nearly $3,000 in high-end cosmetics from the Oak Brook Macy's store. Well, these guys love Macy's, and it looks like $3,000 is about where they go. Okie dokies. After entering the store, the pair of migrants filled a bag with 16 high-end fragrances and a pair of pants. One pair of pants. All totaling to $2,832.50. The 2 men were said to currently live in Chicago. Oh, interesting. They've gone into the burbs. The heat's too much for them in Chicago because the blacks are running the show out there. Oh, God. Chicago were observed by an Oak Brook patrol officer and later detained during stop. Oh, during a traffic stop on October 31. Oh, okay. So routine traffic stop. I didn't think they even did that anymore. The way the black criminals run around in Chicago, I thought they didn't do that anymore. Maybe they don't. Maybe they just do it to the illegals. I'm just saying. Following their arrest, both men were charged with burglary and retail theft. Were released on pretrial after a judge denied the state's motion to hold them in jail. Oh, the judge says, no, we're not going to hold them in jail. Release them into the wild. Release them into the wild. The judge says, yeah, not even ship them back to, and where did they come from? Honduras? I don't know. We are firm in our efforts against organized retail crime as we endlessly protect our community. We want everyone to be aware of the increase in criminal activity from the migrant community coming from Chicago. Oak Brook Deputy Chief of Police Reed, oh God, faulty Weiss, oh God, forgive me, sir, said at the time. 1 week prior to the arrest of Mendez Gomez and Montez de Villa, another pair of Venezuelan migrants were arrested and subsequently charged with burglary and retail theft after they separately stole clothing items from the Macy's store. I guess Macy's is their hit. That's where they like. They like that Macy's attire. They like that Macy's stuff. We're going to continue. The October 23rd incident involved Abel Baracos Estava and Rafael Mata Torres. Brios Estava, according to Fox 32, was arrested after a foot pursuit while Mata Torres was taken into custody by the store's loss prevention officer and Oak Brook officers. Wow. Our two friends here, both men were ordered not to enter another Macy's store. Were later released from custody and fitted with an electronic monitoring device as a condition of their bond, the outlet noted. Wow. So, the gumption, the gall to leave a place where you're being persecuted, right? Because they're being persecuted, right? And then to come to a place where they offer you a place to live, sleep, eat, food, money in your pocket, cell phones. They give you all this stuff, right? So you, the migrants, you, the illegal, can come here and have a better life. They catch you and they release you into the society and they give you all of these tools, all of these goodies for you to come here and thrive. And how do you repay? You come here and you rob the community. You rob Macy's, one of our best stores. You fringe on the black criminal. And you steal and you rob. And you do all of these horrific things. It's shameful. I'm literally ashamed of you two. Or all of you. I'm literally ashamed. Okay, where are we now? How much longer do we have? Oh my goodness, more. Okay. Despite the string of recent migrant arrests, Strakas told Fox Digital that he doesn't believe that retailers in the area are being targeted any more than any other location. I will say that we have motivated officers that are determined to keep our community safe, and our relationship with area loss prevention agents have never been stronger, he said. I'm thankful for the hard work our officers do every day. This department is extremely proactive in technology driven. The result of that policing philosophy is a lot of arrests, recovered stolen property, and many headlines which lead you to believe we are being targeted. Oak Brook is a very safe place to live, shop, dine, play, and we have every intention on keeping it that way. Wish Brandon Johnson would take after the policemen in Oak Brook and clean up Chicago. Anyway, spokespeople for the Department of Homeland Security and ICE did not immediately respond to Fox News Digital requests for comments about the efforts to protect retailer and small businesses from theft by migrants, or their accounting for migrants who currently reside in the U.S., who's chose to remove their monitoring devices. So ICE ain't even touching it because the Joe Biden economy tells them they're not supposed to do their job. They're not even supposed to do this. I mean, they're handing you these people on a silver platter. You know their names. You probably have addresses. I don't know. And you have pictures of them and all of that. And you can't say, here, ICE, here are criminals who are here illegally, who are breaking our laws, not just by coming in illegally, but by stealing from the community and the businesses in the community, and overall bringing down the community. And ICE hands are tied due to the Biden administration, and they cannot do their job. Homeland Security. Just another observation in reference to all of this, just to say that sanctuary cities, again, the definition, I made a video about this recently, and that was broken down from a Chicago councilman. Again, the only thing a sanctuary city is really to do is to say, we're not going to call ICE on you. That's all. We're just not going to call ICE. That's it. But it's gone from we're not going to call ICE to housing them, $156 million for housing, food, cell phones, clothes, shelter, hotels, all of that. That 156 million was just for housing, not all the rest, right? So just an observation in reference to sanctuary cities. Their whole thing was that we're not going to call ICE on you, but it's taking on a whole different thing because these people are pouring in and pouring in. Again, if you remember when Joe Biden was running for office, he said, we're not going to build bridges. He says, we're not going to build walls. We're going to build bridges. So come on down. And so the illegals have come on down. And now we've got millions and millions and millions and millions and millions here, and millions and millions and millions and millions continue to come. And, it's really sad, but this is where we are in the society under the Joe Biden regime. So again, thank you all for taking the time to listen to me go on. And hopefully you got something out of this video. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, and let's have a conversation in the comments. Talk to me there. Give me some thoughts, some feedback, and give me your thoughts and opinions on how the illegals is taking over in the crime specter over our resident Chicago criminals. It's a sad day, but hey, this is what it is. So any event, friends, thank you so much for taking the time, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. God bless you, God keep you, and friends, we got a whole lot of souls to save. All right, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless and take care. Criminals over illegals, illegal criminals, Chicago criminals, illegal criminals, Chicago criminals, illegal criminals.